So self-concept's really important. Vision is really important. And auto-suggestion is probably the most important, right? So writing down a goal is very different than doing that for 12 months every single day and not missing a day. Writing down a goal versus doing it for 12 months straight and reciting it out loud to yourself every single day for 12 months straight. Completely different. Every time I drive to and from my office, speaking out my affirmations every single day in the present tense with complete conviction. Like all these things add up because I don't have a reference point to success. Like my family went bankrupt. Like I don't have anyone in my family that I can bank or base this on. So it has to come from me. So auto-suggestion, vision, and self-concept, I think are what I would label as more important than goal setting. And then I think the other thing is massive action. So like, what is massive action? So if you don't take actions in alignment with your goal, then you're being a fraud is how I look at it. So like what I try to do is I try to force myself into very difficult situations, right? So like recently we had to rebuild our sales team. So I went out and poached a 10-person or 8-person sales team. So I went from identifying the problem and then in 1.5 months, bringing on 10 new people or 8 new people on my sales team, right? And so it's one thing, like if I were to just set a goal, like I kind of want our sales team to improve, you know, like we'll see what happens, you know, I want sales team does X in revenue, sales team does X. Yeah, that's great. Okay. But taking an action like that creates commitment consistency bias. So it forces your brain into the actions necessary to make that goal real because I took such a big leap. Like when I did my first virtual event, I did my first in-person event. We were behind on ticket sales and we had to fill a room of like 300 people and it scared the crap out of us. So, you know, I had already interviewed Gary Vee once, and in a matter of, call it like 7 minutes, let's say, I had decided to bring on Gary Vee as a speaker, Alex Rodriguez, the baseball player, and then someone else, which was literally combined speaker fees of like, I don't know, $280,000, right? For this event that we were holding.
Right.
So it's one thing to say, I have an event with X number of people that does this, right? And then I'm just going to ball on a budget. Versus the opposite approach is I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't care if I have to go broke doing it, if I have to sleep under a bridge, it doesn't matter to me. We're going here. And the actions have to align with the goal. So I actually think big thinking becomes infectious when you're constantly taking big actions.
Right.
That's the simplest way I can put it.
No, and that's a wonderful answer. And I think our listeners are really going to kind of understand what it takes to build a $28 million or $25 million business in 5 years is exactly what you're talking about. So that was a really fascinating, look behind the scenes and how you kind of accomplish these great goals. Now,